Mumbai boat tragedy that took place yesterday, which has resulted in the death of 13 people. This is a boat that capsized, a naval craft that crashed into a ferry, and the Navy speedboat driver has now been booked. An FIR has been filed. 3 Navy personnel were killed in that incident. The speedboat lost control. The Prime Minister has announced 2 lakh rupees as compensation for the kin of the deceased and the injured to get 50,000 rupees as compensation. Let's listen in to some of the reactions coming in.
तकरीबन 101 लोगों को सुरक्षित बचा लिया गया है, किंतु 13 लोगों की मृत्यु इसमें हुई है। शाम 7:30 बजे तक की ये जानकारी है। इन 13 लोगों में 10 सिविलियंस है और 3 नेवी के लोग हैं जिनकी मृत्यु हुई है। 2 व्यक्ति गंभीर रूप से घायल है, जिनको नेवी के अस्पताल में ही भर्ती किया गया है। कल सुबह तक पता चलेगा कि अगर कोई और मिसिंग है तो उसके बारे में जानकारी ये कल सुबह तक मिल पाएगी। अभी तक की जानकारी हमने आपको दी है। जिन लोगों की मृत्यु हुई है उनको सीएम रिलीफ फंड से 5 लाख रुपए दिए जाएंगे और ये जो पूरी घटना है, इस घटना की तफ्तीश ये पुलिस भी करेगी और नेवी भी करेगी।
मैं खुद दोनों कलेक्टर और वहाँ पुलिस जो ऑफिसर थे उनसे बात की और मैरीटाइम बोर्ड है, नेवी के लोग हैं, उनसे मेरी बातचीत हुई थी। तो ये पूरी टीम वहाँ पर रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन कर रही थी। लगभग 100 से ज़्यादा लोग थे। रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन जो है वो इसमें नेवी थी, कोस्ट गार्ड थे, मैरीटाइम बोर्ड है, कोस्टल के पुलिस है। वही जो घटना है वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है, दुर्दैवी घटना है।
जो बोट दुर्घटना हुई उसमें हमारे सेंट जॉर्ज रुग्ना हॉस्पिटल में 9 मरीजों को लाया गया है, जिसमें बहुत सारे जन लाइफ जैकेट पहने हुए थे। तो उनकी जो तबीयत है वो स्थिर है, यानी दे आर स्टेबल, पर उनको ऑब्जर्वेशन के लिए हमने भर्ती कर दिया है। कोऑर्डिनेशन में तो बीएमसी डिज़ास्टर कंट्रोल ने हमको बता के रखा था कि ऐसे कैजुअल्टी दुर्घटना हुई है और ऐसी कैजुअल्टी आ सकती है। तो उनके मार्गदर्शन के बाद हमने सब व्यवस्था यहाँ पे की। अगर एंटिसिपेट कर रहे थे हम कि ज़्यादा मरीज आ सकते हैं, पर 9 ही अभी तक आए हैं, दाखिल हुए हैं यहाँ पे।
Anuj, my colleague, joining us from Mumbai to get us details. Anuj, are there more people believed to be missing still?
Yesterday, when the search operation stopped at around 9 p.m., we had 4 people missing. So one can expect the search operation to begin soon for the search of those 9 people. We've also seen that the hospitals which has kept these people who are injured, and many of them thought are stable, but they've lost 13 of these people. They are expected to keep the people who are living stable for 12 more hours just to check what kind of development do they see. So we've got people all across the city, even in Navi Mumbai, because we continue to stay close to Elephanta Caves in Orient region, a region which is close to Navi Mumbai. So be it JNPT, be it St. George or NPT hospitals, we've got dozens of people in all of these places, many of whom are stable but are still under observation. The search operation yesterday went on till 9:30, where there were multiple boats put in place, be it Navy, Coast Guard, police, and there were 11 crafts and multiple helicopters, close to 4 helicopters, which was there, in the Uran region, where it took place to look for those 4 people. But one can expect this operation to finally be called off in a short while, and an official word to come on the people who were missing. That the number, which is close to 4 to 5 as of now.
Right. When we talk about this ferry, which was called Neel Kamal, it was going towards the, where was it headed towards, and how did this, boat capsize?
There are multiple ferries which go from the gateway of India to different regions across, and these are usually taken by the tourists. Now, the Neel Kamal ferry, which had over 80. The exact number is yet to be out, and how many number of people were present there on the boat. One can expect it to have close to 80 to 100 people. That was on its way to Elephanta Caves from the gateway of India. And when it was in the Orient region, the testing operation or the testing of the engines of the Navy speedboat was happening at the same time, which draws an eighth shape in the sea, to test itself. While they do take precautions to make sure that the testing happens, when none of these ferry boats are around, the Chief Minister himself said that the boat went out of control. The person who was driving the particular boat could not handle the speed. The throttle movement was beyond that particular individual's control, and since it went and it collided against this huge ferry, a video which has been making rounds across social media. The impact led to the capsizing of the ferry, and hence a lot of people found themselves in the water at the very next moment. And considering that the region already has a considerable amount of presence when it comes to Navy and Coast Guard, the operation began immediately, which is why a majority of the people were saved. But a few went missing, and the operation for it went on till night. And we can see that those who were rescued were immediately transferred to the close-by hospitals, be it in the Navi Mumbai area or even in the Mumbai.
Right, a Navy official and two others aboard the Navy vessel were among the deceased. Take us to the health updates of the others who've been injured in this tragedy.
There were close to 100 people who are said to be stable, but multiple people are still considered to be critical. And as a result of that, we're seeing that these local bodies, these Navy bodies, they're all making sure that these people are kept under observation. Those who are the eyewitnesses who are, of course, a little better than what they were yesterday, are expected to come out today afternoon. But from what information we had last from the BMC and from the authorities, besides 100 people who were stable, there was 4 people who were critical in this entire matter. And hence, of those people, the progression of those 4 people is going to be crucial, considering we already have 13 deaths in this particular.
Right, Anuj, an FIR has also been registered in the Kulaba police station against that naval speedboat which lost control, and this is a complaint that's been registered by one of the survivors.
Yes, we saw that the naval speedcraft boat which collided against the ferry is what prima facie one can see in the video, and we also had Chief Minister talk about how a high-level inquiry has already been initiated, by the government in a collaboration with the Navy to check what exactly the matter was. We had the chat about how the ferry was carrying, more than the required number of people on this particular ferry, but the owner of the ferry made it very clear that it only had the number of people as was expected to be there, and it is the mistake of the Navy personnel who was driving the speedcraft and who were testing their particular locomotive in the water when a ferry was around. So an official word on what exactly went ahead when this particular incident was taking place will come out once that high committee level investigation comes out. But we've seen that case has been registered against the Navy person, but one can also expect a few more cases under multiple sections being named against them. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of action, if any, is initiated against the owner of the ferry.